What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning back into my channel, and in this video I'm here with a Chris Brown update.
I'm thinking of the truth. A to the L-I-Y-A-H. I'm thinking of the truth. Say so. I'm thinking of.
Most of you that are watching this video probably already know what went down, but if you don't know, then I'm gonna fill you in on that. And there's been some things that have, kind of happened since yesterday when this all started. Okay, so yesterday, which was Tuesday, August 30th, Chris Brown, he was having a party at his house late at night, early in the morning, whichever, and a 911 call was made to the police, and a woman called 911, and she called 911 claiming that Chris Brown had put a gun to her head and threatened her. When that call was made, they came to the house, but apparently Chris Brown was asleep, and so he says that he woke up to a bunch of cops and SWAT team and helicopters, or helicopter choppers as he said in his Instagram video. Woke up to all this chaos and all the police just surrounding his house, and he was like, he didn't know what was going on. He expressed this. He posted 3 videos on his Instagram page, which are now deleted. If I can find a link to them, then I'll link them down below. Yeah, basically on his Instagram videos, he was claiming that, he's innocent, he didn't do anything. And when I first heard this story, I got on Twitter and I saw that Chris Brown was trending #1, and I was like, oh god. And I had to like brace myself, and I clicked on it and I saw a bunch of like pictures of police surrounding his house and saying that Chris Brown is in a standoff with the police. And at first I thought it was fake. I'll be honest, first I thought it was fake, and then I started looking more into it and I saw that it was like all over Twitter and all over Google, and I'm like, oh my god, this is real. And when I saw it was a standoff, I was like, yeah, I say it's a standoff, but I don't see Chris. Like, I see a bunch of police, but I don't see Chris. And long and behold, Chris is in his house. The police allegedly came up and knocked on his door, and Chris told them that he's not going to let them in until they get a search warrant. And so it took them a few hours to, get the search warrant, and when they finally got the search warrant, Chris, he was apparently cooperative with the police and all that, which I'm glad, because I was just hoping that this was going to be like smooth sailing, at least the counteraction with the police and Chris. Allegedly, the police found a gun. Apparently, somebody threw a duffel bag out of the window, which the police found and they retrieved, and they said that in the duffel bag was a bunch of guns and drugs. And in the video, Chris Brown, he was saying that, once they get the search warrant, they could come in the house and, they weren't going to find anything. And he was so, he was just so confident about it. So that makes me believe that I don't think Chris was the one that threw that duffel bag out the house. Because, 1, because of that Instagram video, and 2, that Chris was not the only one in his house whenever the police were surrounded. He had some of his friends and some of his entourage in the house with him. So I believe it was one of them. And honestly, I've always felt that I've never really liked Chris's entourage. Like, some of the people he hangs around, I don't know. I just really think that he needs to sit down and evaluate who he's really around, and who he's claiming to be his friends. It's always something. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that the situation happened to where some people broke into his house with his aunt, when his aunt was there. I really just think that he needs to reevaluate his friends and reevaluate who he's hanging around and just who he's around. Because if you have a bunch of people around you that's seeing you live your life, and you have this great life to where you have all these cars and a big house and all this money, and you get all the girls and stuff, and you have friends around you that's not on your same level, you have people out here that will do what they have to do to bring you down. I'm just gonna leave that at that. So I really hope he just reevaluates who he's hanging out with. Chris, he's not supposed to have that stuff that was in the duffel bag, especially the guns, So I really hope that wasn't him. Moving on. So the woman that made the 911 call, her name is Baylee Curran, and I'm gonna talk about her later. but she's the person that made the 911 call. But I'm going to talk about her later after I finish what I'm saying about Chris. So Chris, they got the search warrant. You know, the police took him in for questioning down at the police station, and once he got there, maybe not even an hour later, it came out that they actually arrested him and booked him for suspicion of a, let me get this right word for word. They arrested him and booked him for suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon. So yeah, and his bail was $250,000, I believe. So they paid his bail and he's out of jail as of right now, as we speak. Apparently, you know, his lawyer made a tweet. If I can find the tweet, then I'll put it on the screen or whatever. But his lawyer made a tweet just saying, you know, that these allegations that Baylee made were false, and you know, they're gonna do what they have to do. So I really just hope that Chris can kind of just deal with the legal stuff. Don't necessarily just jump on Instagram or anything. Like, don't do that. Alright, now let's talk about Miss Thang, okay? Or, you know, on Twitter most people are calling her Becky with the good hair. It's not just me. So a lot of people, I notice whenever I see a lot of people reporting about this, a lot of people are bringing up, well, at first when this story first broke out, I've noticed that a lot of the blogs and a lot of the news channels and stuff, they were bringing up Chris's past and, you know, basically saying that, you know, he was guilty of this without any kind of evidence and all that, you know, just based off of his past. They were just saying, oh, you know, they were, in so many words, they're basically claiming that he was guilty because of his past. And, you know, everybody knows that he does not have the best past. Everybody knows the things that he's done. I noticed that they were talking a lot about his past, but they weren't saying anything about hers. It's like, because when I heard the story, I was like, this is a little bit shady. Like, things aren't adding up. Like, I don't even know who this chick is. All I know is her name and what she looks like. So, you know, I stayed off social media for a while, and then I got it back on social media. I found out later on, or earlier today, that Miss Baylee Curran is allegedly wanted by the New York police for stealing a purse, stealing her friend's best purse. Allegedly, they were at a hotel and she snatched a Louis Vuitton purse that had a Michael Kors wallet in it, and there were $200 inside of the Michael Kors wallet. And I believe it was the hotel security was trying to catch her, and she ditched the bag and just kept the wallet with the $200 in it. Also, I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm trying to make sure that I get this right. I'm trying to give straight facts. Oh, and apparently she, on her Instagram page, I'm not sure if it's the same, but on her Instagram page, in her bio, she states that she's the Miss California winner, or the Miss California Team USA, whatever it's called. She claims that, you know, that's who she is and all that. And everybody knows that pageant winners, you know, have to do certain things. They have to fulfill certain duties, like, you know, doing charity work and just, you know, things around that. And she wasn't doing that. So about 2 months after she was crowned, they stripped her of her crown and, you know, and her title. But she apparently refused to give up the crown and the sash and stuff. And, you know, she was basically uncooperative. Another thing that I found out is, or not that I found out, but I find this really strange, is that you make a 911 call to the police. Hold on. I left something out. She called 911, you know, because she claims that Chris pointed a gun at her, but she did an interview with TMZ, of course, and she claims that, you know, she was looking at jewelry because there was somebody there that was showing or selling jewelry, and she was looking at jewelry, and she says that she didn't touch it, apparently. She claims that, you know, she got a little close to it or whatever, and Chris pulled a gun on her, and really? I think this is what happened. Maybe they did have a jewelry person there. I think it was either one or two things. I think she was either trying to steal the jewelry, if there was jewelry there. I think she was trying to steal something and got caught. And if it wasn't that, you know, Chris probably was telling her to get out the house and was probably trying to kick her out because he didn't want her there. And she got upset and threw a little temper tantrum and called the police. I think it's either one of those two. I don't believe her story, not one bit, because I just don't get it. You call 911 on Chris Brown and, you know, you claim that you were shook and all that because he pulled a gun out on you, but then not even 24 hours later you're giving an interview with TMZ. I just find it real bizarre, because if that was me, because if I was her, and I'm making those allegations, I'm not going to TMZ. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. My main focus is to be, you know, calling the police, you know, just doing what I have to do. My main concern is not getting, you know, paid and stuff to give my story to TMZ and all that. Like, all you're doing is seeking attention. And it's like, oh, you don't get your way, and so you gotta call the police and stuff. And it's like, there's enough stuff going on with the police, and the fact that you're just causing all this unnecessary stuff is doing the most. You're doing too much. You need to have several seats, okay? And I also found out earlier today that one of her friends apparently, one of her friends, Baylee Curran, one of her friends apparently did an interview with TMZ as well. And he claims that, you know, he basically believes that she's lying, because he says that she has a history of doing stuff like this. Like, if she doesn't get her way, then, you know, she basically throws a temper tantrum and does whatever she has to do to, you know, kind of get back at that person. So he says that she kind of has a history of doing stuff like this. So if that's the case, then come on. I mean, you got people out here that don't believe her. I know of some people that don't like Chris Brown, but they still believe that he didn't do it. I mean, if it's like that, I mean, come on. We can see straight through you. We can see that you're lying through your teeth. Yeah, and her friend also claimed that she texted him a message saying that this mother is going down, claiming that, you know, Chris is going down, she's gonna take Chris down, but, you know, she's basically gonna ruin him or whatever. And it's like, you are doing the most. And I was really sad when I first heard this story, because, you know, I didn't know everything that was going on. All I knew was that his house was surrounded by police and SWAT and all that. And I was like, I was just on Google and stuff last week learning and reading about him getting, you know, joint custody of his daughter. And I was like, I'm so proud of Chris. You know, he's been doing his thing these last few months. He hasn't been wilding out too much. You know, he's been kind of laying low a little bit, which is, you know, what I want. Been taking care of his daughter. You know, he's been working. He just released a music video to Grass Ain't Greener. Like, he's been doing what he needs to do. Staying out of trouble. And that's all I ask for. And that's what he's been doing. But long and behold, this chick gotta sit up there and try to, I don't know what she's trying to do. Honestly, it's tiring. She needs to stop. Like, she made her Instagram page private because, you know, she's getting a lot of death threats and stuff. Now, while I don't condone the whole death threats and stuff, I also don't condone lying. Like, don't make up a lie about stuff like that. Stuff like that, you know, that could potentially just ruin his career and ruin his chances of, you know, things like, you know, him having custody of his daughter, just stuff like that. And people were also throwing around the idea that she's friends with Nia Guzman, I forget how you say her last name, but Chris Brown's baby mama. Apparently, you know, she's friends with her. You know, it was a whole setup and all that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case either. With the fact that Chris was granted with joint custody last week, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the situation either. But honestly, I don't believe this girl. I believe that she is lying. I believe she's trying to just, you know, make a quick buck by talking to TMZ and trying to, you know, get her fame and stuff. And, you know, she's basically throwing her little temper tantrum because she didn't get her way. But I'm going to follow this story and I want to see how this plays out. I'm really hoping the best for Chris. You know, I'm Team Breezy, so of course I'm on Chris's side. I wish him nothing but the best. That is it for this update. I feel like this update is kind of all over the place. I'm doing this late at night. When I go back and edit this, if I forget anything, then I'll try my best to edit this to where it makes sense. And like I said, I'll try to follow this story and I'll try to keep you guys updated on things that happen. I didn't just want to make like a bunch of videos about it. I wanted to get like a good amount of information and know exactly what was going on, or a good amount of information that was going on, before I just hopped on here and did a video. If I learn some more stuff, then I'll come on here and, you know, give you guys an update. But also make sure you follow me on my social media. We can chat about it, or even if you don't have social media, you can leave a comment down in the comment section below of this video and let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you believe Chris? Do you believe Becky with the good hair? Like, just let me know your thoughts. I would really love to know what you think. So just let me know what you think. I would really love to know what you think, and I would love to, you know, let's have a conversation. Make sure you subscribe. I'm making new videos every week. So subscribe so you don't miss out on these. And yeah, I'm gonna go to bed because just thinking about this situation is making my head hurt. Alright, you guys, I'm back with another update. I didn't want to make two separate videos, and I just found some new news out. Today is September 6th when I'm giving you this part of this update, so I just wanted to come on here and give another part of the update. So there is an article online from ABC News giving an exclusive update about this whole Chris Brown situation, and they have an article up, and they also have a video. If you're curious and you want to see it for yourself, I'll leave the link down in the description box below for you to see it yourself. But I'm going to read the article and just tell you what it says. So it says, R&B singer Chris Brown is turning the tables on his accuser Baylee Curran after she alleged that Chris Brown pulled a gun on her inside his Los Angeles home last week. In a video provided exclusively to ABC News, Brown insists he is innocent following his arrest on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon. I cannot wait till the truth comes to light about this incident and this situation, Brown says in the video. You know, because my character's been defaced and who I am as a person and my integrity. I'm glad that all my real supporters know me and know the truth and see the truth. The 911 call placed from Brown's home early last Tuesday by Curran prompted the response from police that led to a 14-hour standoff, the Associated Press reported. The situation ended when police obtained a search warrant to enter the residence and took Brown into custody. He was later released on $250,000 bail. Baylee Curran, one of the dozens of guests at Brown's Los Angeles home that night, told ABC News he pointed a gun at her face after he became angry when she complimented another man's jewelry. Brown's attorney called the allegations Lord have mercy. Brown's attorney called the allegations demonstrably false in a tweet sent out early Wednesday morning after his client was released. According to Curran, it all started over a box of expensive diamond jewelry. I was just standing over it and admiring it, not touching it. And then one of Chris's friends says, back away from the diamond, Curran said. That's when Chris came in and said, I'm so sick of all of you people. He took the gun out and put it in my face and said, get the F out. Brown's lawyer, Mark Geragos, said he believes that Brown was set up by Curran. Geragos shared a text message that he says Curran sent to a friend minutes before the 911 call was placed. The text message reads, this freak, Chris Brown, is kicking me out of his house because I called his friend's jewelry fake. I'm going to set him up and call the cops and say that he tried to shoot me and that will teach him a lesson. I'm going to set his A up. Geragos told ABC News' Matt Gutman there was a search that was done. They went in and said they had a description of the piece of jewelry not found in the house. They went in a gun not found in the house. I'm sorry if this doesn't make sense, but that's literally what it says word for word. And then it says surveillance cameras on the singer's property are also being investigated, Geragos told ABC News. There's no Chris Brown waving a gun, no Baylee looking at a box of jewelry, Geragos said of the footage. Notorious, an upcoming ABC drama series is expected to air a nearly identical scene based on Geragos' life as a Hollywood attorney. All this talks about, you know, the series that is going to be up about Geragos later. And then it also says Brown's next court date is set for September 20th. He has yet to be charged over the incident. Curran stands by her initial claims. A representative of Curran told ABC News that she has handed her cell phone over to authorities. So I'm sorry if I was kind of stumbling over my words a little bit, but ABC News, the article, they need to go back and kind of edit that a little bit because some of the stuff doesn't make sense. I think they either put some wrong words or they missed a few words, but that's not the point. But yeah, as of right now, they are going to court. You know, Chris says that he's innocent, he didn't do anything wrong, which is what I believe. And apparently his attorney, Garagos, has evidence, you know, the text messages and stuff, basically, you know, showing that Curran was trying to set Chris Brown up. So they say that the next court date is set for September 20th, which is in about 2.5-ish weeks. So I really just hope that, you know, Chris gets his justice, and that, you know, she needs to be charged with basically, you know, the lying and just giving a false report and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep following this story. There'll probably be more that comes out more around the court date, but I'm gonna keep an eye out on this story, and I'll let you guys know if I hear anything else beforehand. And yeah, like I said, leave a comment down below, that way we can chat. And if you know something that I don't, leave it in the comment section below. Follow me on my social media, all that's in the description box. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because I'm making new videos every single week. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.
I live fast, that young, it's fun. Get the money, I get the money, yeah. And I never let them tell me nothing. Get the money, I get the money, yeah. You won't ever not see me hustling. Get the money, I get the money, yeah. Never let a hater tell me nothing.